golden days drifting far away. Light is leaving town. Colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our way. It's colder, but the day's not over yet. Summer nights, watch them go by as we fight off the cold. Holding you tight, you know just what I'm thinking. I don't want this moment to go. No, I don't want this moment.
I've now finished this wall, putting the bitumen sealer on. This one's acrylic, so it's a lot better to apply. What I've been doing is putting it on with the trowel, and then where it's a bit lumpy, just lightly spreading it out, because obviously you want it quite thick. So that's all done now. It was really tricky because obviously I had to fit down here. My bottom's a bit wet, so now I'm going to go round the corner there and do that bit then, and then that's another job ticked off the list.
Let's lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our way. It's colder, but the day's not over yet.
Big job done today. I've finished all the what we call the sealer tanking with the bitumen. It was very awkward because there's only sort of not very much space to move around in, but what's the likelihood that this would happen? I only had to do that little bit there, and I've actually run out. I thought I'd have it, you know, have enough, but we need to get some more. So next time we go to the builders merchants, we'll pick that up and I'll just get that little patch done. But I am really pleased that this is done, and the good news is the weather was on my side as well, so Budo will be pleased as well, because now all of this earth, Budo will very gently with the digger pull it all back, so it's just under where the black is, because obviously that is the level, and that will tidy it up, and it'll do the same round the other side. So my next job now is to clean all the stonework in there and then start pointing.
We've got all the scaffold up here now, so I can start building this roof. But we've got to build the scaffold first today. We've had 3 solid days of rain. Saturated everything, but it seems to be drying out now, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's going to rain anyway, and the good news is for the next week,
but it's cold.
Yeah, it's more damp, isn't it, I think, but once you start working you warm up. But we've got good weather coming, so it shows sunny days, so we don't mind the rain. It's good for the land, but not when you're trying to do work outside. It's such a pain.
So we're going to start doing this scaffold now, and get us for today, just to get us in a position where I can do the ridge board at the top, because it's a good 5.2-ish meters high. I sat in old money, it's about 18 foot up, so I've got to get scaffold up there now and do a bit of safety. And also we're going to spread the load. We're going to put some boards down and spread the load over this floor, because this scaffold in total is probably close on about 3/4 of a ton with all the boards and everything on it, so we've got to make sure there. Anyway, let's crack on, eh?
Let's crack on.
Well, I've been working so hard to get you out my head, but I can't stop my thinking for the words that you have said. You told me that you loved me, how could I forget? Now it's spinning around inside my head. So I hold on, however long, till we both rocking on the porch. Yeah, I hold on till the morning comes. Promise that you'll be in my house. Throw another log on, is what she said to me. Just because the stars out doesn't mean we need to sleep. So I wrote her a love song to show her how I feel, to tell her she is all I ever need. So I hold on, however long, till we both rocking on the porch. Yeah, I hold on till the morning comes. Promise that you'll be in my arms.
So at last,
High five.
we've got the scaffolds done.
I do understand, just quickly, Budo, why they charge so much money to put scaffolds up, because it is hard work.
It's
isn't it?
heavy work. It's
Yeah.
Tracy's done very well here. It's a man's job, you know, really.
Can I just
It's very heavy work, and she's had to pass it to me. I'm pulling it up, but she's passing it. It's hard work.
this is a man's world.
But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Right, anyway, so we've got the tower up.
Yep.
We've put some braces in to stop it rocking, and that is a nice platform for me to work at my feet level, and it'll be in front of me. The ridge will be this high on me, right? So I'll be able to do all the plumb cut, fitting the rafters to the ridge, and then doing the bird's mouthing obviously, and hooking them over, putting them on. These first ones we're going to fix back to the wall, and then we're going to chop a hole in the stonework, slot the ridge in. There is a hole that's been filled in up there, so hopefully it might be the same sort of place, because there used to be a ridge here before. Anyway, so get to build that, and then our plan is,
Excuse me.
once all the roof's in place, and I've done all the rafter bracing and the collar work on top, once it's all stable, I'll put some wind bracing in as well, and then once that's finished, we've got to take all the scaffold down, take it all back out the front again,
Put it
and
round
then
the front.
rebuild it up on this side so its floor level is up here all the way through, and then I can start to felt and batten the roof from this side, because the prevailing weather is this way, so the wind will hit it and go up, and then we've got to take it all down again,
And then put it on the
take
other
it all
side.
round the back and rebuild it again. I mean, just in scaffolds, you're looking at, well, all that moving and building, there's probably 4 days work.
Yeah.
You know, we're just moving a scaffold.
We
People
deserve
don't
a coffee
appreciate
for
that.
don't we?
I deserve more than a coffee. And that's another thing I'd like to say. You know, we're looking for patrons. We need some patrons to join us, help us on our journey,
And be part of our journey.
be part of our journey. We're also looking for GoFundMe to keep this funded so we can keep making the videos, because I just want to say it now and put it out there. We get about £30 for every video made. We put 6 to 7 hours in of work. We're always constantly stopping to do filming like we are now, and it eats up our time, and it's not really worth it in terms of monetary side. But if we could get some more GoFundMes to help us push on with this job and even some patrons, you know, really good patrons to come in and keep us going month in, month out. We can keep pumping out videos. We're trying to put 2 out a week. Two is taking about 12 hours of filming and editing and all the other stuff you have to do. But we're trying for you guys, so we want you to jump on board and help us. So it's in the ideal world, if 4,000 of you donate a couple of quid, and you get the whole year of films, us giving you videos, right, our time out to give you videos. But that boost for us will really push us on. It'll help us get some more equipment for our camera work. We need certain little things we need, a bit of lighting, bit of mics and certain things. The mics we're using are okay, but at a certain distance they're not. And you know, it just helps us in every way. You know, I know we're waffling on a bit, but it is important that we get some support.
Yeah, and then you get the entertainment. You're coming. I know you're all coming along with us, but you just know that you're contributing and helping us. Yeah. Like all the people that have contributed to the GoFundMe and Buy Me a Coffee.
Oh,
your names, thank you all so much. Your names will be on. Well, we're saying on the blocks, aren't we, at the moment?
We're going to get them on the blocks, but we've got to get the building done first.
Yeah. And
that will come in a video. But the thing we're looking for, we don't want to sound like we're trying to beg for money, because we're not. No. What we're trying to do is be reasonable, that you get to watch videos that we make for your entertainment.
Learn things.
I give up my knowledge to you guys as much as I can give you. Tracy does with her sewing and stuff like that as well. And, you know, we just want a great community that can jump on board and support us.
Okay, Budo, what are you up to today?
Well, I'm making laths. It's the old, you know, lath and plaster laths. So what we're going to have is on the front, on the outside of the walls here, on this workshop, on the wooden walls, we're going to have laths. But there, first of all, you've got to put OSB. Then I've got a waterproof membrane that goes on top of that. Then I put battens on to that, and then I put these laths on. I was going to go with a backer board, but it's a nightmare to find in France. And when you do find it, it's in small sections and very expensive. So forget that idea. So
like the good old Budo fashion, there's always a plan B.
For me, this is a better way.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Way, and I love anything to do with the old ways. This takes time, but it's so much cheaper. I've got a load of this offcut of Douglas fir. Normally, you would use something like oak or sweet chestnut as your laths, right? But you can use larch and you can use Douglas fir, because it's very stable wood and strong, and the grain is runs very straight. The ideal way, in the old ways, if you was doing it, say back 100 or 150 years ago, these would have been split, right? So what we call riving. They would have been done with a riving knife, so they'd have been split from a log, yeah, and you would eventually got these sort of sizes. But I'm sawing them, and you can do it that way. It gives a nice rough edge. So the lime plaster, and that's another thing, I get to use my lime plaster, my fat lime, we call it fat lime, or lime putty, and mixing that with a sand. It's about roughly around about 3:1 grading, which is pretty standard. And then in that we get an X amount of fibre put into that, which will be either horsehair, pig whisker, goat hair, or synthetic fibres. We're going to use synthetic fibres. That's the only thing we can't get, is that in abundance, and I need a lot of it. So come over here and I'll show you what I want to do. So if you imagine, these are the wall battens, and they'd be fitted to the wall, and then these are the laths I'm making. I need to do the top of this building around 450 to 470 linear meters of these. So I've got to make a lot up, but I made these up in literally a few minutes. I've got my bandsaw going, whacked them through, right? So it won't take no time. We have roughly about 10 mil, just under 3/8, something like that. Old money, 3/8 gap in between here. And the width of your laths doesn't matter too much. Pretty standard is 1 inch, and up to 38 inches, 38 millimeters, from 25 to 38 millimeters, whatever you've got, really use it. But that's the new plan. So this now is getting exciting for me, because I'm going back to how I was doing things when I used to do in the UK. You know, you're working on conservation and that, and you're putting in lath and plaster. And the other thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you down in a minute and show you, is I'm getting ready to make up extra lime putty, because I've got some lovely lime putties that's over a year matured, and I need to make a load more up to cover all this. I need to make a load up, so I'm going to be making up a load today. I've got 6 more buckets to knock up, so I'll show you some of that in a minute. But
and you're going to show me how to do the plaster as well,
yeah, once we get going I'll show you. The trick is with lime, I'll show you this now, but I'll show you when I'm doing it as well, is when you put the plaster onto this, if you look down on here, Trey, when you put the plaster on, what you want is, as you're putting it on with a trowel, you're not forcing it in hard, you're just pushing it on smoothly, and it pushes through these gaps and makes a little hook at the back. It hooks itself over the back, and the nodule, or whatever you want to call it, that sticks out the back there, the spread, or I don't know, what would you call that, the spill of that, creates the key. But the trick and all with this is, every lath I make will be soaked, so it's absolutely soaking wet, drenched. So when I put it up, the air will instantly try to dry it out, and as I'm plastering, I'll keep it wet as I'm going. And also, because lime putty carbonates rather than dries, like it doesn't dry, the water evaporate, it carbonates with the air. We want that to do that slow as possible, so we get a better cure and a better strength. So we do that by covering it. So we'll just throw over some Hessian and spray it down over the top of these, or whatever we got.
Can I ask a question? Your spacing in between these, do they have to be a certain size, or can they be wider?
Roughly,
or
no, you're roughly yeah, I would say 3/8, roughly 10 mil.
Right, okay.
I mean, if you be pedantic, it's 9.5 mil, but you don't have to make it like that. It just needs to be roughly that opening on average.
Yeah.
And staggering your ends, so these ends here won't all line up down the whole of the building.
Yeah.
They'll be staggered away.
Yep.
So you get this, because the thing with laths, the other thing is you make them a minimum of 1/4 of an inch thick, that way, okay, and it stops them moving about in service. So when we say service, is where its position is when they're fitted. So if you look onto this wall here, say they're the battens, and it's fitted here, okay, it's not going here, it's going on the outside, but I'm just showing you. See the flex you got there? I hold it on this side, it takes that flex out.
Yeah.
But if I hold it and hold it there, it's less flex there, because it's fixed at these points, right? But because it's wood, it breathes, it moves. Everything wood moves. This whole top structure will move about through the winter, through the summer, and it'll creak and move a little tiny bit. And by having these laths and the hair fibres in the mix, everything flexes and everything breathes. That's what I love about this. I'm in my element now.
You're a happy little bunny.
I am now, because I'm doing it a slower way, but very, very much cheaper and cost effective, because I still have to render it. If I had to put boards on there, tiny little boards like this, 30 odd euros each, I need 100 of them. I mean, it's just ridiculous, you know.
Sometimes you just have to do that little bit of hard work. Sometimes does pay off, does it? It's just been sensible,
it's
I
save
think.
Us in this project, probably, I would say a good 600 or 700.
That's a lot of money, euros.
In total. So, but it's going to take up a little bit more extra time. But the beauty is, it's all going to marry up beautifully.
And we're happy as well, because we've got good weather, I think, for well over a week now, sunny days, and so we can really crack on now, can't we?
Anyway, let's go down and look at the lime putty. So I'm going to give you a quick explanation of how I make up lime putty and what materials I use, all right? And I'm doing this for the viewers that have just come on board in the last year. I know that the older viewers would have seen me doing this before, and its reaction, you know, it all bubbles up like a volcano. But I just want to show you this now. Let me just quickly go over the material. The material we use is quicklime, right? And what we do is we slake that lime. And the technical name for that is, I presume, is, well, to make quicklime, you have to use calcium, what's it called? Calcium carbonate, right? and that gets heated up, heats off all the rubbish, and it becomes a calcium oxide, and then when I put water with that, it becomes a calcium hydroxide, okay, carbonate or whatever, hydroxide. So the technical part, don't worry about it. But what we always do is we never put the powder in first and mix the water into it, okay? We put the water into the bucket, and then we add the mix into the bucket slowly, and you'll see that as I'm doing it. But just quickly, pan down to your left, and you'll see 4 tubs there. Pan back up here. Them 4 tubs have got lime putty in them, right? And it's 1.5 years old now, roughly, and it's well matured. The older you can leave, the longer you can leave it, the better it gets. And it doesn't dry in them tubs because it's got water over the surface, and lime putty dries by carbonation. It doesn't dry by evaporation, all right? So I've got a load of tubs here. I'm going to fill up some of these, but I'm just going to show you me making one of these now so you get to see it. Tracy will come over and she'll look in, but without getting too near it in a minute, when it starts its reaction. So what we do is put some water in first. The amount of mix I want to make, roughly 1/4 of that bucket, right? And then I start to add my calcium oxide, right? I just let it in there, and at the same time I'm going to start stirring it with a trowel just to get the reaction going, and you'll see it start to happen in a minute as I add to it. You do have to put quite a bit in. It's about 6 or 7 of these. And what this does is it gets really hot, and it starts to steam, and it gets hotter than a kettle. You put your hand in there and you're going to get scalded. So if you're not, you know, if you're any nervous disposition, don't do this. It's not for you, as they say. And another thing is, we're outside here. I should have a mask on really, but I can't talk and have a mask on at the same time. So I'm going to keep my head back. And as I start to mix this in, the process of mixing this in is, if we left it there now and added no more, it would eventually just become like a lime wash. So this would be how you'd make your lime wash. And at the same time you put your pigment in to get your colour in, which would be a natural earth pigment, right? I don't know if you want to have a little look in there, Trace, before you step back again. Trace's got to be careful because it's where she's standing. But you can start to see that it's on the bottom. There's no reaction yet. And the reason there's no reaction is the lime is drowned it out. I have to keep adding lime until the lime overwhelms the water. And you can know when the reaction starts because I'll start to hear bubbling. There's a lot of bugs around. It's autumn here. A lot of bugs around. They keep landing on us. Must like my aftershave. It's called, if anyone wants to wear some and you want to buy it, it's called ODBO.
Oh God.
ODBO. Sorry. There we go again. And what happens is when it starts to take over, the lime absorbs the water in its molecular structure, if you like, and it expands, and it near enough doubles in size. Now if you come in, you could just hear
I can hear it
look.
now.
Hear that? The reaction is starting, all right?
It's like a volcano
So I'm
getting
going
ready
to
to
keep
erupt.
cutting it, or stirring it if you like. I call it cutting because I'm cutting through it. Now you've gone beyond the lime wash really. You're into like a fixture, like creamy sort of cream now. Okay, so I'm gonna let that do its thing for a minute. Get another bucket ready of lime. Yeah, I can feel the heat coming off that.
I can see it.
And you can see it starting to thicken up because it's starting to, the thermal reaction has started, okay, and it's starting to absorb the water, go back to its original size when it was in the earth and made. And you can see, look, we're going to be stepping back in a sec now.
Yep.
Okay. So there won't be no more lime going in that now. And the moisture coming off it, it's not lime, it's like condensation, it's just water burning off. Okay. Now look at it, see how it's gone?
I can see it now.
I can hardly put my hand in there now, so what? I'm actually going to put a bit more water with that, because I've overdone that.
So you obviously don't want it too thick, do you?
No, I don't want it too cakey.
No.
And I'll add more water to that as I go. I should have got a watering can ready with water in it.
There's
anyway.
one there, look, beside the lime.
It's got water in it?
Yep.
Oh, well done, Trish. So I'm trying to tame that thermic reaction.
Ooh.
And it sticks like that, look. You know that word to a blanket? I won't say the other bit.
Beep.
Because we've got respectable viewers that watch us and don't like swearing. But it sticks to it like a blanket. Okay. So I don't know if you've got, you can hear that at all, can you?
I can hear it from
Can
here.
Come
So
a bit closer, maybe, Trey? Just be careful. It's like a volcano in there now. Okay.
perfect.
The other thing you want to do, I mean, this is red hot here, and I can feel that through my glove. All right, but be careful what you mix it in. This is a thick rubber. You don't want it in like plasticky buckets that will warp and melt, because if it spills out and hits you, it's going to burn you. Okay. This is like having a boiling kettle and then as it's boiling, pouring it on your leg. So that's
painful.
what you'd get. So be very careful if anyone plays with this. Rubber bucket's a good one. Steer away from metal really, if you can. That's really getting heated up now. Really hot. I'm actually going to put a bit more water in there. Just open it up. It looks like porridge, but it don't taste like porridge.
No, I don't think I'd fancy having that in the morning with a drizzle of honey.
And that reaction now will go on probably an hour or so. And this is going back to the old times, and I've read this because I wasn't there, believe it or not, but I might have been in another form anyway, but in the old days people would love to do this job in the winter in the say the building trade, or the so-called building trade at that time, building castles and that. They would have liked this job because they were kept warm. Anyway, basically that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. I'll leave this react for a little while. I'll keep topping up with a bit of water just to get the right consistency, and then it will go into one of these buckets. And then buckets, it will sit in there for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 10 year, doesn't matter. It can sit there as long as it's got a film of water over the top, and that will stop it carbonating. And the longer you leave it, the more mature it gets, because what it does is it's now becoming like a putty. Yeah, it's hot. I'm not going to take the glove off, but it's a hot and it's like a putty. It's sticky. It's not like a window putty. Don't get that confused with linseed putty oil. It's a different type. Anyway, what we do is we mix this when it's become matured into 3-in-1 in sand with an amount of fibre hair, whichever you're using. It's a certain different ratios, slightly, and then that would go applied on the wall. Now if we was doing this on the inside, we would eliminate the sand and we'd go for some calcium carbonate, it's the raw form, back into the lime putty, and we make a lightweight with hair in it. It's a different thing altogether. But I hope you enjoyed that. Look, looks like the surface of the moon now.
It does, doesn't it?
All right, it's all cracking up.
I can feel the heat.
And that's how we slake the lime, all right?
Lie awake in the morning with a light upon her skin. Coffee cup before the day begins.
Okay, welcome. So, I've been started running up the battens, done about an hour's worth because I've been making up the lime putty, and I've managed to make up 200 litres. I need now about another 100 litres for the whole of this job. Okay, there's 130 metres there, linear. Okay, these are them, 8mm by 32mm I'm making these. You can go anywhere from 25mm, that wide, up to, I don't know, 38mm roughly, but 32 is a good size. Okay, so I've got 130 metres there. Take me just under an hour to make them. And I have got to make, in total, I've done the full calculation of the building. I need 1,100 linear metres. So I've probably got to do about at least 8 times that and a bit more. And that's all in Douglas fir, lovely straight grain, really good for laths. So they're roughly just over 20 litres a tub, okay, and there's 200 litres there. Got to make up another 100 litres at least, maybe a little bit more, of lime putty, and this is now maturing in there for a few weeks. Let's open one to show you quickly. One-ended, so it takes a bit of time. There we go. There we go, got to spit it out. These are lovely little tubs. These are little laundry tubs, industrial laundry tubs, and they're rubber. They're hard, but rubbery, strong I mean. So you can put hot lime in them and they don't melt. So they're just a marriage for this. See that tub, when I mix it up, that's a big thick rubber tub as well, or trog if you like. We call them trugs, and that's good for mixing in. So when I put them in there, and I'm actually feeling this, and it's still warm from making these about probably a couple of hours ago. Maybe that was the last one. But you can see I put water in there. Hello, Ches. Just to cover the surface. Yeah, it's quite warm. Bit gritty, a little bit gritty because it hasn't matured. When it matures, it gets smoother and smoother. Breaks down all the particles as it matures. And a little fact, this stuff was valued very highly by families in the old days. And if you had a load of this mixed up and covered over, it would be passed down, from father to son or family as they died off, and they'd keep, because you can keep this for years and years and years. But anyway, so I've got that many done. I'm going to buy some more of these tubs. I buy these in France, and they're only a £5 each, which is amazing price, €5. They're second hand, but they all got their handles on there, and the fellow, I know where I get them from, he's got loads more of these. So I'm going to get a few more of them and then fill them up, probably buy another 10 and then fill them all up, and then I've got plenty. And like when I run the workshop weeks or weekends, you'll learn to, when we're doing the lime stuff, instead of maybe the carpentry or lime, whatever you want to do. But if you're doing the lime stuff, you learn how to lime point, lime render, plaster, finishing plasters, all the different types of limes, how you mix limes, what limes are used for where. You'll learn all that. But you'll get to mix this hot lime or slake the lime from quick lime, and you'll learn to do that, and how we do, you know, what the mixing procedure is and everything, how much you put in it. But that's all in the future, if anyone wants to come out and do them. But just wanted to show you them anyway. So they're all like that, they're all full like that, and they've all got water over the surface, and I could leave them there for 5, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, it wouldn't matter.